Hey, what's up, Joe Bros? Welcome back to the channel. I'm gonna be showing you some of the GI Joes that I really like this year. I'm not gonna say my favorite GI Joes because, as we know, that changes with time. You can think one GI Joe is badass, and then you get a new toy in your hand, and it's like, wow, like you forget about the other one for a little bit, and then the newness wears off, and you're like, oh damn, I like this toy again, and it's just like a endless cycle of especially if you have like a lot of action figures, then it's kind of, how do I say it? It's kind of hard to pick like a certain favorite one. There's just so many to choose from. But what we have in front right here is a Nunchuk, and I was pleasantly surprised when I got this figure. I thought really he was really neat looking. I like the camel on him. I liked all the accessories that he came with. I wasn't expecting too much from this figure, but he ended up being a really nice figure. If you take a look at the back, I mean, you can put his nunchucks in the back there. Nice storage in the back, and then his blades there on the side, and then he has the claws, and then just a really nice figure. I was surprised by this. So let's this is Nunchuk. Let's take a look at the next figure. Here's another figure that I liked this year was Lowlight, the guy that never sleeps, the guy with the nightmares. This guy had so many accessories. Um, it's awesome that you can store his sniper rifle in the case, and then basically you can store all his weapons on him, which is pretty cool. I thought that was pretty dope of Hasbro that were able to store all his weapons on him. This one is kind of like a throwback to, I don't know if it was the 25th anniversary 3 3/4 Joe, or if it was Pursuit of Cobra. I have it, I just don't remember what line it was from, but this is pretty much like a carbon copy of that one, just in 6-inch form. That little 3 3/4 one is pretty badass too, and it's the same thing. It comes, with the casing with the sniper rifle inside, and so yeah. So this figure is very nicely done. He does come with, like I said, a lot of accessories. I don't know if he has more accessories. I don't remember. Like I put a lot of the stuff like away, like in little drawers, and that's Lowlight. Pretty badass. Here is the shadow tracker, and this figure I was pleasantly surprised by also. I had seen like pictures and stuff, and people were kind of, I guess it didn't really live up to their expectations. I think he's pretty cool. I mean, he comes with his bow and the arrow and an axe, and some of it maybe doesn't make sense, like having the axe right there by his leg. I mean, that doesn't make sense, but it's G.I. Joe. Like, a lot of stuff doesn't make sense in G.I. Joe. Just like going looking at the cartoon. I mean, just like the shooting of the lasers and stuff, and they never hit anybody really that I can think of. Maybe some bats, or maybe like a hit somebody on the shoulder. But this shadow tracker is pretty cool. I mean, he's pretty neat. I like, this is the face sculpt that I like the most on him. He does come with, I think it was like a green color face skull, and I think it was just a regular, like a skull color, like that you see on his shoulder pads and his wrist guard there. But I don't really care to put those on there. I think he looks pretty cool with this face sculpt right here. It kind of has like that Predator kind of like vibe, I guess you could say. But yeah, this is a shadow tracker, and I think he's pretty cool. I like him. Here we have the treacherous scrap iron going back and forth between Cobra Commander and Dr. Mindbender. If you remember in the cartoon, Very nice figure. I like this figure. It was one that when I seen it, it was like one of my most anticipated figures of the year. I think it lived up to the hype and stuff. I mean, he came with like a lot of gear, like as far as like his missile launcher, and you see the remote there in his hand. He has a handgun, the helmet removable, and then he has that jacked up face. You know, the scarring on one side, he got burned or something. Uh, Scrap iron though, I mean the color mesh, the red and the blue, the Cobra logo on his shoulder, it all meshes well. It looks good. Um, Very nice figure. I'm glad that he's in my collection now. So that is Scrap Iron. Here is the leader of G.I. Joe, General Hawk, Clayton Abernathy, I believe his last name is, and it's on his jacket. Very nice figure. Also, I like this figure a lot. I thought they did a great job with the face sculpt on him, the hair color underneath. You know, you can't see it. I have the helmet on, but nice little whitewash on the hair. The jacket looks cool with the American flag on there. You see some winged eagle on there on his jacket. What else? The boots. Everything looks cool. Everything looks nice and clean. The one thing that I would say that I wish they would have did was included probably like a pair of hands, like not wearing gloves. That would have been cool. I did add that little blast effect on the end of his rifle. But this is a General Hawk. Very nice job. I like this figure a lot as well. Here's Snow Job. Snow Job looks pretty cool. Another nice release for 2023. This guy was I want to say he was a Hasbro exclusive, and he was a deluxe figure. He came with a lot of accessories as well. Everything fit nice on his backpack. He got his skis, his uh, his ski poles, a nice rifle with the scope on it. I want to say he had multiple heads too, like maybe, yeah, I think he did have another head. And the goggles are removable, but I like the way he looks with the goggles on. Looks very classic, throwback to the cartoon. I like this figure. I think they did a really good job on this figure. The paint looks really good. Everything's crisp and clean. Um, what else? That's about it for Snow Job, but very cool figure. And if you hear me saying badass a lot, it's because I'm an old dude already. Snow Job. And of course, if you have Snow Job, you have to have Snow Serpent, right? Another very cool figure, came with a lot of accessories. They're put away right now. I don't want to lose them, so I just end up putting them away and saving them. And then if I want to give them a different look, I'll pull them out and, you know, pose them. But this guy is pretty badass also. Double jointed arms, double jointed knees, the werewolf headgear that's removable, as well as the cape that goes plugged in on the back. Right now, this is how I have them posed. Sometimes I take off the werewolf headgear and just have them looking like, you know, the old school Snow Serpent. And that's another thing. I hear we're getting like a retro Snow Serpent, so that's going to be cool, you know, to get, you know, maybe you can make this guy be like the leader of, you know, if you want an army build or whatever, and this guy could be, you know, the alpha dog right here. Good job on the paint applications on this figure. Everything looks crisp and clean also on this one. A lot of weaponry. But yeah, that's Snow Serpent, another cool figure for 2023. Up next, we have Tel Viper, and I do have a couple of these, and these guys are Very cool looking as well. I wish on the head sculpts, I don't remember if they came with extra ones. I can't think right now. I just like have so much like shit. Like I forget. Like on the visors, it would have been cool if it said like danger or something like that. Or if you can you know, stick stuff on it. Like if you have like the same one that add stickers to it. But this figure is pretty cool. I think it's underrated for being a Tel Viper. It kind of got lost in all the madness, which was 2023. We had like a lot of G.I. Joe releases. So very nice backpack with this guy and the I guess what is it, like a scanning gun or something. And yeah, I like the paint applications on this one. Also, the purple goes well with the blue, and then the red emblem on his shoulder, the gray visor, helmet looks cool. Another thing that would have been probably cool is if the helmet was removable. Maybe we see like different uh, faces under there, but I mean it's no big deal. It still looks cool like this. So I do have a couple of these with the flight pods. The flight pods are pretty cool too. So there you have it, the Tel Viper. Here's the first Dreadnought on the list. It is Dreadnought Ripper, and he looks pretty cool also. I like the way his faux hawk looks, his mohawk, the glasses, the spiked upper arm, I don't know what you call that, like accessory, I guess. And then you have another accessory on his wrist, like a wrist guard with spikes. The camo on the shirt looks cool. The boots, the pants, they all look nicely colored. The weapons, I don't know how I feel about that grabbing weapon. I mean, I guess it's okay, but I do like the gun that he has, the rifle with the sharp knife on the end of it. I don't know how I feel about the tattoos on him. I don't remember him having tattoos on the cartoon, but I guess it's cool. I mean, it's more like a modern take, I guess, of a Ripper. And I think the old Ripper, the old school one, had more of like a flat top. So they gave this guy the mohawk, just like the vintage one also had a mohawk. It's kind of weird because you would think they would have looked more like the cartoon with the flat top and like I want to say it had like a yellow shirt with like black spots on it or camo or something. I think, I don't know. I might be wrong. But Ripper, overall, he's pretty cool. I like him. I dig him. Here's Buzzer. This dickhead is pretty cool. The only thing I didn't like about him mainly was his glasses. I did glue those puppies on. I didn't want them falling off anymore. They're like a pain in the ass. I really don't care to see his eyes. I want him to look like the cartoon, Buzzer with the glasses and stuff. So I glued them on. I don't give a crap. I just want them to stay on. I want them to look like the old school Buzzer. And very cool with the chainsaw. The colors look good on him with the light tan and the skull belt and spike belt in the back. Cool colored boots with the blue Levi's. I just noticed that his gun is kind of stuck under his waist, or not his gun, his knife. So I'm going to need to fix that because I don't want that shit to get tweaked. The plastic on a lot of these newer Joes is kind of weak, really bendable, and didn't bend or come like straight. I mean, you have to bend it back in place, heat it up and all that. It's kind of messy. I don't like that. I wish the weapons would come already straight and stuff and we don't have to deal with, all that nonsense. But overall, the figure, he's pretty cool looking. I do like him. Can't wait to get some more Dreadnoughts. We still got, I believe it is Road Pig coming and Monkey Wrench. And who was the other one? There's another one that, oh, Torch. We're missing Torch. So those are like the main dreadnoughts pretty much. I think we're gonna be getting all of them by next year, I think. But yeah, that's Buzzer. Pretty cool. We have one of the rawhides, Chuckles, Hasbro exclusive. Came with a lot of cool stuff, a lot of accessories. Jacked up face, looked like he got his ass beat. Um, I do swap them, you know, back and forth. I like the beat up face. It's a nice touch, definitely. I do like it. I like his little file deal he has, and you know, it came with a lot of stuff too. You see, like I think it's like a Walkman on the back or like a tape recorder, and then he did come with like some headphones, and the handgun looks pretty cool and stuff. Knife on his leg there. Nice Hawaiian looking shirt. Looks pretty dope. I don't remember what goes on the other side of his belt. It was, I don't remember what. There's like a little clip on it. But that's Chuckles. I'm gonna try to keep it short. I just want to show you guys some of my favorites from, or not favorites, but some of the figures that I liked a lot in 2023. I don't want to say favorites. I already said that before, because you know your favorite can vary from day to day. Um, Nonetheless, this is Chuckles. He looks cool. Nice add-on for the rawhides, and we got some more rawhides coming soon. Here are some range vipers. I did add the 788 range viper on there just to show you like the difference, you know, of the two. I want to say that I think the blue one looks better, like in all honesty. I like the way his eyes kind of, I think they pop more with the blue for some reason. Um, these figures, the original ones back in, I think it was the 90s or late 80s, like the little 3 3/4 ones, I wasn't a fan of. I thought they looked fucking stupid. 6-inch ones, I think they look pretty cool, pretty neat. Um, they came with a lot of accessories as well. A lot of these Joes, they do come with a lot of accessories, which is cool. You don't see that too much with Marvel Legends, like a lot of accessories. So the G.I. Joes, I mean, they're giving us like a lot of, you know, different weapons and, you know, backpacks, and it's a good thing. One thing I will say is in my 788 pack, if you see the revolver that the one is holding, the blue guy, here in front of you, I did get that, and it was all screwed up. It was all fucked up. It was all bent, and it kind of like pissed me off, because you know, stuff like that shouldn't be happening, especially if you're spending like, you know, good money, good coin for these figures, and you get like a gun and it's all jacked up. I didn't make a big deal about it. I didn't complain. I just kind of threw it to the side. I mean, like I said, they come with a lot of accessories, but it's still kind of a bummer, you know, because like I said, you're paying like all this money, and you know, you want all your stuff to be, you know, in good shape. But anyway, this is the Range Vipers. Pretty cool figures. The blue one for me is better. I don't know for you guys, but I like it. Crimson Baroness. I want to say pretty much everything is pretty much the same as the old Baroness. They just gave her, you know, the different paint applications, and they added like a few more weapons. The face, I like the face of it. It looks more like Baroness, like the one that we grew up watching and stuff. The glasses, the eyes look real good on it. Crimson Guard Baroness, she's pretty cool looking. I'm not gonna say that she's not. Um, I mean, what else could you do with her besides just change the face sculpt? Maybe just give her like a bigger chest, make her look more like a woman. I mean, she does look kind of flat chested. not to be like, like a creep or anything, but like in all honesty, like you want your girl figures to look, like more like curvy and stuff. Well, I do anyway. Like I like it to look like more realistic and stuff. Even like in the cartoon, if you look at the cartoon, she was more curvy and stuff. This looks more like a chest plate. Don't get me wrong, it still looks cool and everything, but she just looks kind of like flat. But overall, the figure looks really cool. The color looks cool on it. She has the thigh high boots, and the hair looks cool too. They did a good job with the hair. She does come with, I want to say she does come with another head sculpt. I don't remember. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I have so much stuff I can't remember. Like, I gotta look in the box. But she did come as a set with the Crimson Guard commanders, Tomax and Zaymont. They're also this color, red. Those look okay. They're just repaints basically. But yes, this is the Baroness. I really like these retro Crimson Guards. I like the other ones too with the black masks. Um, but this is the retro one. You give me anything retro. I like retro stuff. I like old school stuff. I like stuff to look like, like it used to back in the day. So the thing that G.I. Joe that I like now is that they're getting back into, making G.I. Joes look like the old school Joes and stuff. And this guy comes equipped with his backpack, his rifle with the bayonet on the end. You see his sword, uh, pistol on the leg there. He looks really clean. I mean, the emblem looks nice and silver. You see the epaulets, they're nice and silver. The mask looks great. I mean, just overall a good figure. I really like this Crimson Guard figure. I only got two of them. I didn't want to go too crazy with, buying like a bunch of them. I only have like so much room, and 6-inch figures, you run out of room, real quick. I do have four of them. I have two of the silver and I have two of the black masks, and I like both of them, both sets. I mean, they look great. Um, I like this army builder though. He's pretty dope. I generally try to get at least, like, being that this one already came like with the black mask, I said, four is good enough. Four is cool. Um, I say 4 to 10 maybe, like around there. If you get like 6, 8, whatever, it's all good. That's pretty much like an army builder. But I'm happy with the four. I seen some before in the Walmart. I didn't want to buy anymore. I was good with them. So yeah, Crimson Guard. Here's my Mezco Destro. Oh, excuse me. And this figure also came with a lot of stuff, a lot of little parts and stuff. Of course, he looks clean. I like this Destro a lot. I'm glad I actually picked him up. I did get in kind of late on picking up this figure, um, but he is sweet looking. I don't know if I'm gonna get more Mezco G.I. Joe. I'm just gonna kind of pick and choose which ones I want. I know we have some more coming down the pipeline. I seen that Duke. I didn't really care for it. Um, Snake Eye, Storm Shadow. I'm kind of still debating on if I want to buy, another Snake Eyes, another Storm Shadow. I get it. They're Mezco, cloth goods, rubber goods, whatever. Like, Mezco, like, they do a good job with their figures. The only thing I would say, like, on the scale wise, is I think Destro should have been a little bit taller. Like, he does kind of look a little short. I would think he would be a little taller. That's the only thing, like my only gripe with Mezco. But otherwise, like the way he looks, all his gear, the collar, that chain with the gem on it. He looks he looks pretty badass. Like, I really like this figure. I'm glad I got him. But this is the Mezco Destro. Here we got another Mezco, and this is the Mezco roadblock. And this figure, I had pre-ordered it, and I did a video prior. I had ordered it and I forgot about it. Like I was just gonna like kind of cancel it, and I just totally forgot about it. You know, you get all these pre-orders, and sometimes you forget what you pre-ordered. And I didn't even care that I had paid the NRD, and I was kind of like, do I want another roadblock? And kind of like just thinking like, you know what, I'm gonna cancel this shit. And then I totally forgot about it, and I'm glad I forgot about it because this figure is badass. I really like this roadblock. This is my favorite roadblock in my GI Joe collection as far as 6 inch. I like this one better than the Hasbro. Um, of course, it's a lot more pricier. He does come with a lot of stuff, weapons. He comes with, I think, 2 or 3 more head sculpts, and they all look cool. They all look great. He has different backpacks that you could put on there. His Ma Deuce, you can have him holding it. You can put the stand on it. Just like a cool variety of ways that you can pose them and take your photography. Uh, but this is Roadblock, one of my figures that I like this year from G.I. Joe. Back to Hasbro, and we have Tunnel Rat here, and this guy is another cool looking figure. I'm glad we got this Tunnel Rat, another rawhide to go with your Chuckles. Um, Comes with a lot of stuff. Like you see the flashlights up on his backpack. That freaking gun with the scope is huge. I do have problems with it. It looks kind of warped. Haven't really messed with it as far as like heating it up and then adding coal to it to straighten it out. I will eventually. I see the nice revolver in his gun holster there, and you see the night vision goggles. And this guy, I didn't know for a long time. I didn't know that he was based off of Larry Hama, which is pretty cool to find that out like years later. I mean, when I was little, I didn't know, but as I got older, I found out that it was pretty much based off of him. And I mean, he's a little smaller than your other Joes, but that's how he was too, like in the cartoon. So I like that they gave us a true to size type scale, like to go with your other Joes. He has the little tattoos there on his forearms. That looks pretty cool. You see the face paint on his face. Looks cool. It reminds me of the old school Tunnel Rat from '87. Um, so I'm thinking, what do we have left as far as the rawhides, the new recruits? We need a Jinx. We need a Law and Order, a Big Lob, and I will like a new Falcon, because that Falcon that they made, he looks hideous. I do not like that Falcon. I didn't even buy it. Like I just skipped out. I'm just waiting for like a retro type Falcon. Hopefully they do make another Falcon. That Falcon, I'm skipping it. I don't care. Like the body wise looks cool, but that face looks freaking stupid. So I skipped out on that. And another one I skipped out on was Cover Girl. I thought she looked stupid too from the face. Um, but that's just me kind of ranting a little bit. Like I was disappointed with that Falcon. But yes, Tunnel Rat, cool figure for 2023. Okay, this is the retro Storm Shadow. I do have him right now in the flight pod. And this figure is what I initially wanted, like from the get-go, as far as like a Storm Shadow. This is the Storm Shadow that I wanted. I do have the Arctic Storm Shadow. I guess that one's okay. It really doesn't have a lot of articulation in the knees. It's not very articulated like this new retro one. I do have the Storm Shadow before this. That one's okay. But as you see, this one has the wrist straps, and the wrist straps, he looks way better with the wrist straps. I mean, like I said, this is the Storm Shadow I initially wanted. Um, he does come with all his, his weapons that we all know, like his swords and Chinese star that you can, swap out his hand and stuff. Just this figure's like badass. Like I really like this figure a lot. Like he looks great. I'm glad that they went and corrected, what they missed like on the other well, I'm not gonna say the other two, I'm gonna say on the one before this, like with the arm, the wrist guards or whatever you want to call it. It looks way better with these taped up wrists and stuff. Looks sweet. I mean, so yes, this is the 2023 retro Storm Shadow, and I think you could only get him on Hasbro Pulse, or I think it was Walmart, and I got him on Pulse. So as soon as I seen him, I'm like, I gotta order this like right away. So yes, Storm Shadow. Here's another retro figure, and this is the retro Firefly. And this is another freaking sweet figure. I'm really glad that they corrected this Firefly. I feel like this is the Firefly we all wanted from the beginning. He looks just like, the old school Firefly. His wrist guards kind of turned a little there, but he looks sweet. I like this Firefly a lot. He did come little remote control, like bomb detonating type deal. And I do have him in the flight pod. I have him and Storm Shadow in the flight pods. I just like the way they look in the flight pods. Both of those guys. Both of those guys are like solid Cobra, soldiers. Um, I don't know if Firefly is a ninja. I mean, he kind of has always gave off that ninja type look, but I think he's more of just a Cobra saboteur, like a bombs expert and stuff. And can I say bombs on here? Bomb, 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 bomb. No, but seriously, this Firefly is pretty badass. I dig him. He's a sweet figure. Glad we got him for 2023. Hope we get some more retro figures. The one retro figure that I'm looking forward to is the Cobra Eel, because I could not locate those freaking figures on Amazon. Every time I look, they'd say, on the groups, they'd say, "Hey, Fire or not Firefly, Cobra Eels back up on Amazon." And I'd look, and they were all sold out again. So I was like, "Son of a bitch!" I could never get those Cobra Eels. So when I get the notification that we're getting the retros up for order, I'm gonna order a few of those. But yes, Firefly, badass. Is going to be the final figure that I'm going to show that I like from 2023. And this is the Cobra Commander, the Mickey Mouse Cobra Commander that came with the Hiss tank. I think they did a good job on this Cobra Commander. This is the one that I think a lot of us wanted. I don't know if necessarily everybody wants the Mickey Mouse one, or if they just want the regular Cobra symbol on his chest there. Either way, like, if they make the other one, then I'll grab the other one too. Like, you don't be a pussy. Open up your freaking toy and like enjoy it. You're not gonna take it with you. We're gonna freaking die. Like, might as well open it up and look at it and touch it and pose it. And I mean, if you're planning on just keeping it in a package, like, that's all good too, I guess. But I like to open most of my stuff. Some stuff I'm gonna say I do have package, but I end up opening it. Like, I'm not gonna say that it stays in the package unless it's like extras, and yeah, like I'll open it. Or I know some people just keep it in the package and they want to gain value, and then they sell it. But if you're a collector, like, open your stuff, man. Like, have fun with it, like, enjoy it, like, pose it. Don't be afraid, man. Like, rip that damn thing open. But this Cobra Commander, he looks pretty sweet. I did mess with them the other day. I took off the cape off of the Supreme Cobra Commander. And I put it on him, and it looked pretty neat. I like the way it looked on him. It looked like on the cartoon when he was wearing that black cape, and he had like the scepter, the Cobra scepter. But this is this is the Cobra Commander I think that we were waiting for. Like the other ones, I don't know. Like when you get like a cool Cobra Commander like this, you look at the other ones. They're kind of like, you look at them, you're like, they look kind of, not as cool anymore. And I mean, the Supreme Cobra Commander, I still like them, but like, I don't have the royal blue one or whatever. I don't really care for it. The other regular blue one, I do have it, and this one blows that one away. So I'm happy that we got finally like a cartoon looking Cobra Commander. And if we do get this Cobra Commander like in Mezco, I probably would buy like a Mezco Cobra Commander if he looks like this. If the soft goods look kind of weird, then I'll probably stay away because those things aren't cheap. They're expensive. But that's gonna be it. I just want to show you some of my favorite G.I. Joe Cobras from 2023. I hope the video wasn't too long. I just wanted to kind of skim through them real quick and show you. There are some people that are getting the Mutt Junkyard. That one probably would have made my list because I seen that one. That one looks freaking awesome. That one is on its way. I got like a shipping notification, but that one's for 2024. Like now it is. But that's it. That's going to do it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And thanks for watching, and take it easy. Till next time.